Well, here is yet another one of the hobbies that I have gotten into, saltwater tank. Picked this tank up, I guess, last weekend, about a week ago, and had my dad and a buddy of mine help me carry it in here. Didn't quite realize how heavy it was. I think it's about 175 gallons, and it's an oceanic bow front, and I got a good deal on it. Came with basically everything: the sump, chiller, everything. I didn't get the rock with it. The fixture that's up there, which is a Core Life, it's got 3 150-watt metal halide bulbs and some power compact actinics, and I've got them all running right now. And it actually also has, which is really cool, it has some like 4 blue LEDs for the moonlight, so when it's nighttime, you can turn everything off and you can still kind of see what's going on in the tank, and it looks really neat. So jumping from my little 55-gallon over there, freshwater, you can see some fishies in there, and jump to this thing. So got some just regular water running through it right now. I just put the rock in today, so trying to get all the junk off of them, clean the water up a little bit. Let's see. So this is all Tufo rock. So I went to the fish store, and I was never going to buy it, but I was curious what the price was, and they wanted $10 per pound for live rock. And what I've read is you basically want about a pound per gallon. So that would have been over $1,000, which is ridiculous for rocks. And found the guy actually that I bought this from was selling it for $350, which was still going to be $700-800. And the local rock quarry supplier sold this for 50 cents a pound. So I actually ended up buying 300 pounds. I didn't realize how much I had thrown in the back of my truck, but I'll throw some more in the something down there once I get some everything up and running. But just got it all plumbed in tonight. So we'll take a quick peek here and see what all we got. I don't have a light under here. I need to get one. But basically what I've got is the tank was already drilled with, it's got 2 overflow boxes, and this is the left side. So the tube on the right is the drain, and the one on the left, the clear, is the return. So I actually thought about it, and if I ever have to move this, I'm gonna have to cut that pipe. So whenever I was working on this return line, I decided to go with some clear. Now I know it'll kind of get gunked up and all that, but maybe I can get some. They didn't have any black in this size, so I just went with the clear for now to get it up and running, get some water flowing. So let's see, and then here's the other side over here. You can see it. So this is the sump is a 55-gallon aquarium. It's definitely homemade. The baffles are. So I've got my inlet, which goes under there, and it's making a little bit of noise. So I'm thinking about putting some kind of a sponge or something to kind of cut down. That's about the only thing I hear now with this thing going. The pump's running right now, and I mean there is very, very little hum. The skimmer does make a little bit more noise, but it's still not too bad, especially once I get the glass doors back on here. This is a Euro Reef skimmer, and basically whenever I went over to this guy's house, he had a 150-gallon that he was wanting to sell, and I wasn't really interested in it after looking at it, but he showed me this one that was his main tank, and he was moving to a 300-gallon, so he basically had all of this exactly set up the same way, minus the plumbing. I had to do all that. But he had this skimmer and everything. He can't even run a skimmer on his new one because there's no room underneath it, unfortunately. So that's basically the sump. I've still got a lot of work to do. I've got a carbon and GFO reactor coming. Got to get heaters in here. They did come with a JVJ Arctic titanium chiller, which is pretty cool. These things, I think they retail for around $600. So, and I got this one for about $200. So not bad. I haven't plumbed it in or anything. I don't have another pump. I'm waiting on some more pumps. That's the only one I've got right now. So you can see all my spare parts here from my plumbing here. But it was real simple to set up. Can't wait to get the once my RODI system comes in and all that. I'll have the I'll get some salt water going and hopefully get that nitrogen cycle in progress. So he actually gave me 3 buckets of live sand as well with it. So once I do get the salt water in, I'm going to dump the sand in. This is just the glass bottom right now, so I don't know if you can see that or not. But that's where we're at. I've also got a brand new top for it as well, because this one's kind of splitting here on the sides. I don't know if you can see that or not, but it's kind of got a crack right here. So got a brand new one in the box. So I'm super pumped. Got a good deal on all this stuff, and this wasn't even the one I was looking at or going over to his house to look at, but he ended up giving me a pretty good deal on it just to get it out of his living room. So the plan eventually will be to get some fish after the tank cycles, and then start looking at what all I need to do to get the put corals in here, and kind of go from there. So I will update as I get some more equipment in. I've got a bunch of circulation pumps and all kinds of stuff coming. This is going to be a fun week next week when all this stuff gets here. So until then, see you guys later. Alright, I'm back. This was pretty quick, but I had the metal halide bulbs on earlier with the actinic bulbs, the power compacts. So I turned out the halides, and now this is just the power compacts. And it actually shows up pretty good on this camera. It's a little more purple in person, but that blue actually looks pretty good. We'll see how it shows up on YouTube. But also, I'll show you the I said it had LEDs that are built in as well for the moonlight, which is pretty cool too. So if you're watching a movie or something, it doesn't drown out the TV, but it's actually a lot brighter on the camera than it is in person. And I guess I got to clean off these bulbs. I already did wipe them down once, but it's a lot darker on this side than it is over there, as you can see. But still really cool. You know, those don't suck hardly any power, so those things will probably be on, you know, all night. Or I haven't figured out what lighting schedule I'm going to do. Probably do the power compacts, the metal halides at night, because they're annoying to be on, you know, if you're watching TV or something like that. So anyway, that was a quick lighting overview. Just wanted to show you guys that. So alright, see ya.